Hello and welcome to Active Bryant Systems. Thank you for coming to my YouTube channel today and watching this video. This video is all about Google God, Google YouTube God, and where people are misinterpreting the people that are putting videos out there about how to get healthy, fit and strong. So the pitfalls of looking at YouTube videos and trying to self-diagnose is that you've had no lab work done, you may have experience from reading books, but no practical experience. So if you don't have any practical experience, the chances of you hurting yourself is astronomical. Now, I've worked with many clients with fungus, parasites, neck pain, knee pain, back pain, all these different ailments, and many of them have tried to fix it themselves. And it just doesn't work, because you need to see somebody with practical knowledge, somebody that's studied that area of the problem that you've got for many years or for a long time, and have worked with many clients in which to help them heal and get better. So a friend of mine I was chatting to the other night, he's a client of mine, really lovely guy, we get on amazingly well, and he educated me about this new doctor online talking about how the vegan diet is amazing. Okay. So I spotted that he had deposits of fat or spots on his abdominal wall that really stuck out that you could see. And then you could see him before the vegan diet, how much muscle mass he had and how good he looked. And after the vegan diet, how worse he looked. Okay? He didn't look better, he looked worse from being on the vegan diet. Or he may have took a cycle of gear to look really good for the video, and then come off the cycle of gear so he looked worse for the next video. So after seeing this and making that connection, and I told my client friend this on the phone last night, and he made that connection as well. So I believe it's massively important is not to use Google or YouTube in which to self-subscribe what you need for your health. You need to see an elite professional with lots of experience in which whatever area you've got, the problem that you've got. So I work with lots of clients with adrenal fatigue. I work with lots of clients with a parasite and fungal infected. I've had adrenal fatigue and been fungal infected myself and managed to correct it in myself. Okay? So it's really important that you go for somebody with really good experience. Yes, it's great to educate yourself with books like this, Fungus and Parasites, like everyone's got parasites, Parasite Menace. I've got another one which is called Guess Who Come for Dinner, which I haven't got here now, and this one about the clinical pathology of parasites. Now, it's great having them books, it's great getting more and more knowledge from the book, or any book, but you don't get the real knowledge until you're using it practically one-to-one with many people. We've all got to remember that we're all unique. Our thumb print is unique. The way that we all look is unique. None of us look the same unless you've got a twin. And even the twin one might be taller than the other, one might have a darker eye than the other and stuff like that. So it's still very unique and individualized. And the thing I like about the Chek system is that everything is individualized for that client. So I do about 150 assessments in a 4-hour period of when I'm looking at a client's physical state. So I'm doing an orthopedic assessment, and then I'm doing exercise assessments, movement assessments, breathing assessments, jaw assessments, eye assessments, tons and tons of assessments to find out exactly where the root cause of the problem is. So everything can be stacked on top of each other. So if somebody's got neck pain, the neck pain will be coming from the lower back pain. So if I don't assess the lower back, I can't assess the upper neck in the way that I'd like to. But lucky enough with this new client, we assessed as much as I could in an hour, and I released the diaphragm. He says that the neck pain has gone down, it keeps coming back, but I know it will keep coming back until I've done the full thing. So this is the same with looking at YouTube videos online and trying to educate yourself is that whoever's putting the YouTube video up, if the video is 5 minutes long, 10 minutes long, 20 minutes long, they're still only giving you a percentage of their knowledge. They're not giving you all of their knowledge because you need to book them. That's why they've got a YouTube channel. So it's really, really important that you don't take things as gospel. So I've got a vitamin and mineral book here, which is absolutely amazing. But I've got 5 different books on vitamins and minerals, and they will all have a different opinion on what is good and what is bad. So really, it's really important for you to get tested to find out exactly what your body needs. And you need to work with somebody with lots of experience. That's why this guy come to me, or my friend come to me, in which for me to help him, and hopefully I'm helping him. But I think it's really, really important is that it's not just about reading books and watching DVDs and listening to audios. You've got to get in the trenches. You've got to get practical experience. So far I've found every single client that I've worked with has had an inverted breathing pattern. Not one of them had a correct breathing pattern. So I can say that, you know, every 10, 20 clients that I see, they will all have an inverted breathing pattern. They're going to need a release. Okay, but there's always going to be one that may crop up that may be fine. So I won't have to do that release, or I'll still do the assessment, but I won't have to do the release. Or the same as if I'm not doing lab work with somebody, I'm not going to know what bug they got in the body. So many, many people will read, say, guess who's got parasites, or this book here, and it does give you some idea of what to take. But if you've had no lab work done, you don't fucking know. The same as if you're getting neck pain and you go and see a physio, the physio will only look at the neck. He may not look at the lower back. He may not look at breathing. He may not look at your jaw. So depending on their level of studying and education is on how deep that they go. So with my lab work, I can do 5 labs on somebody and discover a whole heap of stuff going wrong, not just adrenal fatigue or not just one parasite. Unfortunately, you can have many things going on. So it's really important that you understand that if you're going to do the Atkins diet, or the Pritikin diet, or the South Beach diet, or the vegan diet, if you're a vegan and you're trying to get strong, and you're not, in my opinion, if you're trying to get strong and gain muscle mass, and you don't put the right fuel into the body, you won't gain muscle mass. Period. It says, Dr. Fung says that from his book Fasting, which I've lent out to somebody, in that book he explains that growth hormone goes up when you fast. Right. So if growth hormone goes up when you fast and you're not putting enough fuel inside the body, how can you gain fixed, dense muscle? Now this other doctor online is saying that you can still gain dense muscle eating 1 hour a day. Now I would like to see proof, not just in white papers and science, because most science is bought and paid for, and it's not really in depth. Well, it's in depth enough, but it's not. I want to see logical evidence, not theory evidence. I want to see logical evidence, as in the guy, you know, when he first started the first week, and then what he looks on the 3rd week, then the 5th week, then the 7th week, then the 12th week, and then measuring it all and video documenting it, so I can see that eating once a week, once a day, enables you to gain muscle mass. He said he gained, like, what was it, 20 pounds of muscle and all that. Now, if that is true, that works, every athlete, every boxer, anybody that's in sport that needs to have a lot of muscle mass would be doing it, and they're clearly not. So I don't know whether that's bullshit or whether it's true. All I know is that me being working out for 27 years, if I eat high amounts of calories, which would be coming from protein, and train hard and heavy without taking fucking whey protein or any crap like that, I get stronger, I get bigger. It's just natural for me to that to happen. So you've got to look at, types of body types. Like if you're a long, lean, skinny guy, it's going to be much harder for you to gain mass. If you're a short, stocky guy, it'll be easier for you to gain mass. So you've really got to look into, it's great to read books, but you need to have practical experience. And I've probably had 20 people over the last couple of years get in touch with me. Oh, I know everything and I just need a little bit of help. Well, if you know everything about health, fitness and wellness and getting yourself in shape, then why do you need my help? Because obviously it's just about, the person's read a lot of books and think that the book is the gospel, like the Bible. The Bible's full of bullshit as well. And some people will write stuff in books in which to sell the book. It may not be a factual truth in that book. Or they may have read, 5-HTP is good for mood. They may have read that in 4 books, put it in their own book, but not tried it out on themselves. So I believe that, anything that you should try or do, you should try practically. So the same as when I was a doorman, there used to be guys that used to say, oh, I can knock anyone out. I'm a great fighter. I'm a great doorman. When it kicks off, they shit themselves and they hide in the toilets. Or they're chatting to a bird. Oh, I didn't see what was going on. There's always some excuse because they don't know how to handle the fear that comes up when you're getting into a fight scenario. So really, really important thing is, like, I've read a lot of books, but I've got 18 years of experience of working with many different types of clients and doing education with people. Like Paul Chek's been working with people for 30 years. So the way I look at it, I've trained with somebody that's had 30 years of experience. I've got 18 years of experience myself. So you could probably take 10 years of his experience he's put into his courses and manuals and stuff like that I've taken on board, that I've used with my clients practically, in which to get them to get the results that they're looking for. I've had clients have parasite infections that we couldn't get rid of because the client would change their lifestyle. Now, if I wouldn't have understood that and learned that in the studying that I've done and worked with many clients, I would have been going, oh, well, the system don't work. But it isn't the system, it's the client not doing what they need to do, the 6 foundational factors. Okay? So this is the same with, like, reading a book. If you read a book on jiu-jitsu or aikido and you just look at the pictures, you can't call yourself an aikido or jiu-jitsu expert. You've got to go out and fight 100 times or more than 100 times. You've got to get experience in that field before you can help that person or before you become a fighter. The same with a doorman. I read a book by Jeff Thompson called Watch My Back and Fear the Friend of Exceptional People. Excellent, excellent books. And they made me understand that I'm going to get this fear and I've got to learn to conquer it, which I did. And I learned that fear is in pyramids. Like you get your first fear, which may be of spiders. You put a spider on your hand, conquer that fear. Then do another fear, might be of heights. You go higher and higher to conquer that fear. You may have a fear of confrontation, so you get yourself in lots of confrontations, so you get over that fear. So that's practical experience. And what annoys me is that I get lots of emails, lots of calls from people. Oh, I've read this, I've read that. I'm not having a go at my friend. I've read this, I've read that. I've done this, I've done that. And I go, all right, so who have you worked with? Yourself. How many people have you corrected their healthy? Oh, none. Oh, right, so you're telling me how to help you, but you can't even correct yourself and you've not corrected anybody else, but you still insist on telling me that I'm wrong. Now that is just stupidity, or the same as the person that goes to the doctor. This is a bit of a funny analogy. You go to the doctor and the doctor goes, you need to stop smoking because it's going to kill you. And then you see them on the street and they're puffing away on a cigarette. That's just a hypocrite. Or somebody that's doing their job but not doing it on themselves. So the great thing about the system that I've learned is that I've had to do it all on myself. I've had to correct my posture. I've had to have my atlas changed. I've had to do fungal and lab tests. I've had to eat according to my metabolic type. I've had to read all these books behind me in which to be able to help educate my clients at a deeper level. And what I found is that with every book that I've read, the client will come up with a question which is to do with the book that they don't know, the book that I've read, that gives me the answer to that question. Or the practical experience will give me the answer to the question that the client's got. So it's really, really important if you're looking for help and you want to get strong, you want to get fit, you want to gain muscle mass, or you just want to get out of pain and you want to correct your posture, that you work with somebody that's done that many times and replicated that many times. So I've been working with a surgeon for 16 years. He's the strongest he's ever been. He's now coming up to 59. His deadlift is 140, 150 for a 59-year-old. That's amazing. But he's listened to me and always kept exercising. Okay, I'm 47. I still exercise 4 times a week, or nearly every day because I walk everywhere. So I believe that me helping my clients, I have to be doing it myself. Like I'm fasting today. I'm going to fast over the next couple of weeks, so you'll see me get leaner and leaner for the summer, for my holiday that I want to go on. And I feel that my body needs to get leaner because in the winter I gain a bit of body fat, because in the winter I feel the cold a lot. And when I have more body fat, I don't feel the cold as much. Okay, and I go through SAD in the winter time, so I like to treat myself to get myself through the winter. And because the analogy of a bear in shamanism, that's what I am. I'm a bear. So a bear stores his food in the winter and sheds it in the summer. So I hope you've enjoyed this video on why Google and YouTube are not your health god. The videos that the practitioners are putting out there are for you to get a little bit of knowledge and for you to sign up for their packages or whatever you want to buy. They have the experience and they have the skill. If you're well read, that is really, really good. But if you're well read, in my opinion, with no practical experience, then it's not really valid. So you wouldn't go and see your doctor. A doctor does, 6 years of study at university, and then they do so many years intern with the hospitals to learn their trade. So this is what's important, is that, or the same as if you, like I knew a guy that was grossly overweight, but knew everything about health. Grossly overweight, knew everything about health. So what that tells me is that if that person's grossly overweight and knows everything about health, he knows fuck all, because he's not practicing it in himself. And that person would say to me, why don't people believe me when I'm talking to them about diet and exercise and health? I said, because you don't look like you do it. Isn't that logical? Isn't that common sense? So really, really important. Keep reading, keep studying, keep learning. And if you're not in practice, you need to be in practice before you can pass on what you're learning out of the books that you're reading. You can't pass it on if you've not practiced it. The same as the guy that writes a book on business, how to be successful, and he's not successful. You've got to be able to write that book and be the proof in the pudding of what you've written. So I've written a book, it'll be out in 3-4 weeks time, and it's a small book, it's not huge, so everyone can read it quickly. and it's full of my experience over the years, how I've helped different people and what I found has really worked and what hasn't really worked. So this video is 20 minutes long. I think it's about time I stopped it. You may be getting a bit bored. So I hope you've enjoyed it. Please subscribe. Please like. And see the guns. Look, see the 17.5. Going to start getting them leaner. And so I hope you have a wonderful day today and have enjoyed this video. And if my friend is watching this, this is not having a pop at you at all. I'm just using what we've spoken about to put it into a YouTube video today. All right then, mate. Thanks very much. Thanks, everybody. And I'll speak to you again soon. Bye.